I think a certain degree of deceit, trickery, need to be present.
What kept you going? What was the drive? The drive to actually try to make an album to succeed?
That's a very good question. I think that's the same drive that still drives us. Just the realization of that this. Sorry, no my voice had a glitch. A realization that this is it. This is what we want to do. That's just a overwhelming feeling more than anything. That doesn't really. I mean, you can't really.
What is this? I mean, this is what we want to do. But what actually is it? Is it creating the music? Is it working together? What is it? Playing live, maybe? I don't know.
I think it's not one thing, but many of the things you're mentioning. Obviously, the easiest thing to say is the joy of making music, how much we like it and have always liked it, how it's part of our lives and probably also our identities. And, well, if you allow me to be sort of a bit philosophical about it, just basically, for me at least personally, music is a mystery. And to be able to work with something that is a mystery every day, it feels like a blessing. And when I think of it that way, I feel very lucky. So that's, yeah, I mean, who would go away for something like that?
It's interesting that you call it a mystery. You say, well, you work with a mystery. You've worked with a mystery now for many years. Are you beginning to grasp the mystery, or is it the mystery grows bigger and bigger once you're working with it?
Well, I mean, I would be very skeptical if I met someone who sort of, they got it. They've understood it. They got the code. Because music, luckily, is not a sort of just simply an intellectual concept or phenomena. It's a cultural phenomena more than anything. So it's ever evolving and ever changing with people. Not the people who are making the music, but with the people who are listening to the music, responding to it, making it what it actually is. So the interaction there is too, what's the word I'm looking for, too, what's the opposite of simple? Too complex to grasp, at least for me. And I would be surprised if someone said that, yeah, well, I got it. There's no mystery left for me.
Is there maybe a period that you thought that maybe you've solved the mystery, or is it something that you don't think about normally when you make music?
Well, I mean, I think everyone who makes music have their own idea of, at least in very simple terms, what's good and what's not good. And a sort of a language, unspoken language, if you will, in his or her head of why is this so right? Why is bringing this sound in after 2.5 minutes so right? Why is it, in a sense, if you will, true, what's happening? It's very hard to put into words. And I mean, I think there's a lot of people who actually are good at it, but that's not me. We've always felt that there is a reason why we have music journalists, and that we obviously are not.
Well, it's flattering, but I don't know. Does it have something to do with being honest to yourself while making music?
Well, both. I mean,
you were saying after 2.5 minutes, why this sound coming in is so good? Is it something? I don't know. I'm also being a bit.
Well, I was actually, when I said that, I was actually trying to see it from a listener's point of view as well. why something feels so right, you probably don't always know.
No.
You don't have the language to express it.
And sometimes it shifts with your mood.
Yeah. But honesty, I mean, to me that's like when music becomes very boring, when people are very sort of, they think a lot about being honest in their music.
Yeah.
I think a certain degree of deceit, trickery, sorcery, and all those semi-evil forces need to be present in order to make something that's interesting, that's captivating.
Is it something that you start out to work with? If you make a song with these ingredients, or is it something that you once the basic track has been made, that you put some sorcery and some trickery in?
I'm not sure if I understand the question, to be honest.
Do you start out with also this sorcery? Or is it something that you put in afterwards once you've...
Well, I don't want to go too far with that sorcery bit, but I'm just trying to say that it's not always too interesting if someone is trying to put the emphasis on their honesty in music. I don't really have the right words for it, probably.
Good.